as you guys can tell from some of these rumors, I want the world to not just be able to instantly know everywhere. So
Yeah.
If we can, though, it might be useful to get some rings of sending for short range communication. You know,
that's not really like a thing.
For us. For us, yes.
You
I
guys,
agree.
you guys can
I
communicate with each
probably
other.
could get my family to make some,
Mm-hmm.
I
but
mean, in
that
case we're like 100 feet away, so we can still talk to each
Yes,
other.
like if you guys were
yeah,
in a dungeon, you guys could communicate in different
like,
rooms and places like that.
or
like the hill situation earlier, so he wouldn't
yeah,
have to ride back and
Correct.
tell us.
That's
He
the
could just
kind of
been like,
stuff they would
hey,
do.
is it still?
yeah,
What do you see? You know.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
what?
yeah. I could, in character, I could probably get my family to make something like that, but yeah.
Yeah. So what would you? What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to just hang out here and go to sleep?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll camp out. We'll set watches and help them with watch and make sure everybody's okay.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna kind of like wait until everyone's like very chilled out to like take my blanket off.
Um.
I will go sit up next to Catherine and kind of just casually chat.
Actually, I'm gonna actually grab Fang right quick and maybe ask Catherine. I need a hunt to get some meat. If you wanna join me on a quick hunt, see if we can find some deer or something.
Of course. So what happens in the as you guys are settling into camp? Catherine and you go out on a quick hunt, maybe like an hour. When she comes back, as you guys are cooking and preparing the meal for everyone, um, the Ilar and Catherine kind of catch up in Elvin and Ilar. She tells you about her town and what it's like there, and it's a typical wood elf village, mostly hunters and the elders and everything like that. It's very similar to your town. Are you a wood elf or a high elf?
He's a wood elf, I believe.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm a wood elf.
Okay, so basically your guys' towns are incredibly similar. Like you have lived similar lives. She's a huntress. She one of the reasons that she went out into the world is she always really wanted to kind of see the world, um, and she longed for adventure and to see the rest of the world and stuff like that. So she's not really as into the knowledge aspect of it as much as she wants to see different forests and see different animals and wildlife and different things like that. Okay, and so you guys have that little interactions. When Poet takes her blanket off, at this point, they saw a fucking kobold hanging out with a freaking dragonborn. They saw a freaking knight of Cairn with a tiger mount. They've been hanging out with this elf from the other side of the ocean. They saw this freaking weird ass freaking halfling in a jester costume. They're not that surprised by you. I mean, they definitely give you some weird looks, but they don't comment on it or anything like that.
I will actually make conversation kind of with the father and just basic conversation, just getting to know him, talk to him about you know what life was like in his hometown and whatnot, just to make him comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get all sorts of nostalgic on Catherine and start excitedly chattering about our people and the town she grew up from.
Okay. All right. So at this point, no, this would be like a break time, but it's up to you guys. If you guys want to keep playing, we can. Otherwise, we can kind of. This would be an acceptable point to kind of end the session if you guys want to do that. It's up to you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I have to wake up early, and
Yeah, I have to go to school.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
I got a Cisco midterm in the morning.
Perfect. So this
Oh
is.
yeah,
This seems like a.
This is a good break point.
a good spot to call her quits.
Yeah, and you guys got a shit ton of
I
information.
agree.
So
Yeah.
I hadn't actually planned on using this session to kind of divulge information. I was going to wait till Quinn Briska to do that, but it seemed like a perfect opportunity with you guys talking to this elf and stuff. So,
Yeah.
the elf, yeah, and the fact that she was from Karn, and I was like, hey, I'm from Karn.
Yeah,
What's up?
it's the kind of person that would tell you things like that. So
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Does anyone want anything to be done before Friday?
Yeah.
I still need to talk with you about things in my past to work in. We kind of kept putting that off.
Yes, Ilar's fast.
I've been wandering around as like a level 4 who's not a level 4.
Yeah, I know. As a matter of fact, I'm developing an idea for you, so just sit tight for a little while. Friday, you're gonna become a level 4. I kind of have an idea. I was gonna wait till Quimbriska, but I think you guys are still quite a ways away, and the way this traveling's going is not as quick as I expected. However, I think
I like this traveling, by the way.
I do too. I've really enjoyed the 2 sessions of traveling that we've done. This session I really enjoyed. But anyways, so I will work on that for you, Soma. How about you, Orsic? Is there anything that you need that you want done before the?
No, I'm still working on the characters I need to give you.
Perfect. Thule, is there anything that I need to do for you? Remember that Quimbriska is your hometown.
Yeah, I mean, okay. At this point, I honestly don't know what I want from you, or like, where I'm really going with this in general. I'm just along for the ride.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know what would be good. Like, if you could think of something that would be a good thing, but there's nothing like pressing in my. Right now, Tuli is still pretty much a square. Like, not a square, but she's still pretty much basic. She's developing her character now.
yeah.
She doesn't have like an elaborate, crazy backstory,
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I've already inserted a bunch of stuff for you coming up. So,
Okay.
yeah. So don't worry. You will have some character building opportunities coming up not too long from now.
I'm just excited to meet another elf, man.
And actually, I hadn't. Do you guys have any intention of maybe trying to get this family to go with you anywhere? Are you guys gonna just let them go on their way?
We should just let them go on their way. They could get in trouble with us.
I
Okay.
also don't want to be the responsible for their deaths.
Yeah, I don't want to watch them
I mean,
die.
I don't
They-
want
they-
that on
they-
my conscience.
They got a long way to travel. I would just wish them their best, the best wishes, and hopefully I run into her again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Soma, I know your stuff. I talked to Ilar. Thule and Orsic, I know their stuff. Varric, anything I need to have done for you other than reading your town information?
No, read my town info.
When
I don't think I added that sending ring into it actually, so I might have to edit it. But no, you know generally where I'm going right now, so it's
Yeah.
good.
And that letter is like, just so you know, I actually have like a chart of where that letter is. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
would like. There's something I want to do, but it'll happen when we get to Kimbriska.
okay, perfect. And what about you, Poetry? Is there anything that you need done before the next session?
No, most of my plans for Poet are kind of like long term, but I mean, I'd love to start poking around about what happened to the gods or who Poet was in her past life.
Yes, and from your conversations with Catherine, Quimbriska is gonna give you a little bit of information about the gods. The gods are becoming a rumor going on inside of Quimbriska.
Okay.
So
Other than that, I just wanted to warn you that there's I'm hoping in the future to start poking around for a way to become immune to fire.
immune to fire? Okay.
So maybe that I don't know if you want to use that as a quest line or something. I don't know.
Absolutely, that's a thing you want. So
Very much.
wants to become immune to fire. Okay. All right, then I think
Can I be invisible forever?
no. Um,
I'm seeking sources of ancient knowledge.
yep.
My friend posed to me.
Ilar is seeking sources of ancient knowledge. Okay. So if you guys come up with any kind of like immediate goals, go ahead and send them on over to me, and I'll see if I can make that happen in the near future.
I'll whisper mine.
Yeah, all of mine are just long term as hell.
Yeah, and your storyline is very much in my ideas, so yeah, I'm trying to make that happen. Okay. Then I think we can go ahead and call this right now. If anyone wants to hang out and talk for a little while, we can. I need to use the restroom, but I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Did you get my message? In roll 20, I sent you a whisper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You know, this has been a good game.
yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
Just that.
We should do this travel mechanics similar to this and just stick with it because this is pretty good.
Yeah, that was my plan. I like this kind of travel mechanic. It gives me the cool thing about it is it's building out lore and storyline for me to come back to. Like I'm building a you guys now are existing in the world, and so things are going on around you that are now going to go out into the world, and I like that kind of idea.
Yeah.
So
like we're affecting the world.
Exactly. So, all right, I'm gonna go use the restroom. Anyone needs to log off can, and I'll be back in a little while. I'm probably gonna log off in about 20 minutes too, but we can talk a little bit if you guys have anything to talk about. All right.
Alrighty.
All right, I'll be back.
I was surprised. He just had an elf bow to me. I was not expecting that because he hasn't given me any information about Cairn Forest and what it's like. So I was like, what am I gonna run into? Like I've always.
Yeah.
And now he's got an elf bowing to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Your city and your order is very respected in the area. Because you guys, you do everything that frickin' elves love. You take care of animals. You're kind of peaceful and like protect like the weaker kind of areas. You live in a forest and frickin' you ride fucking tigers. Like, what would an elf not like about that? So
I did generally focus.
That's kind of why I'm always wandering over and like trying to pet Fang. I love that tiger.
Yeah, I kind of somewhat built my halfling forest on almost like they're like a halfling version of elves.
yeah,
Like they're just they care about the forest, and I made it like a hobbit hole, so they actually live in the trees and in the hills, but they also live in the treetops. Like they have like built in like tree houses and whatnot. And
yeah, that was kind of the impression I got from just when you described it to me and we were talking about it. That was kind of the impression I was getting of it. So
But
yeah.
The thing I whispered to you, that's something I'd like to accomplish.
yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll make that happen.
Yes.
So, all right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Lol.
Yes, poet.
Has Poet told you yet about like what I know about the gods? Because I have the hermit background, so I got like a little bit of like that's what I chose as my study was like the gods and what happened to them.
We have not had time to sit down and.
Alright.
Froze. Okay, I'll leave it.
So you're a cleric, so I feel like she definitely would consult you, especially since you guys like Ayla and Poet are like basically friends now. Like in Poet's mind, he's like, yeah, that's my best friend.
Yeah, that's kind of why he's become so protective over her. Like during the puppet show, he was prepared to like guard Poet because that's why he was standing behind her. He was just like, "Yeah, if something goes down, I'm gonna yank her out of here real quick."
Protect the squishy one.
I mean, he's just as squishy, but he's not gonna
Yeah.
kill her if he can.
He's taller, so it gives the illusion of not being just as squishy.
Well, that we've already proven that I can handle a good impaling pretty well.
Yeah. So I definitely would tell you, I've been trying to figure out what happened to the gods probably like most of my life. And the biggest